Oh, hey guys, we're here feeding the Cyclura today. I'm going to show you as we feed some of our holdbacks from last year, some of our adults. Right now it's end of May, it's the last day of May, and you'll see some of the females as we go through the cages. They're looking a bit hefty. We're hoping to get eggs here in the next like 30 days or so. That way babies are going to start hatching out anywhere between like late August, September, October we'll get the different Cyclura. If you want to take a quick look, this time of the year we're feeding a variety of different diets, and for a few different reasons. We'll probably go through as we talk about the different Cyclura that we got here. Today we got a mixture of some of the Missouri iguana biscuits. We got some shredded squash down in there. We got bananas. We mix with multivitamin, calcium, to get good eggs out of them. And I make kind of like a slop that you'll see here. We'll also do some protein, some other forms of protein, rodents, hearts, lots of leafy green, lots of different fruits, lots of different veggies for these guys. And we also mix in some kelp, okay? And there's good reason. Some of the Cyclura will naturally eat seaweeds and different like high sodium foods and stuff like that. And they need the different minerals and vitamins, especially during breeding season and egg production. So you guys will see here, some of these guys are already starting to color up nicely. These guys are hanging in the shade right now. There's one of our Lewisite holdbacks in the corner, if you could see him. And I'll take just a small amount. Remember, again, these guys are feeding almost every single day. So this is a small amount. Remember, he's got a tiny little tummy on him, though. Toss it right there for him. And he'll come down and pick at it. He's already starting to show some nice blues and so forth. But when they're feeding daily, you can cut back on some of the foods and the size of the meals that you're offering them. Also, you might notice some of the females might not readily eat when we go through, because again, some of them are starting to fill up. They're either ovulating or have already started, they're already holding on to those eggs. Can't think of words all of a sudden, but that's okay. Here's some of the Cayman bracts. Check them out. See some different coloration on them. This guy's looking really, really nice. This is a pretty Cayman bract here. And that bigger one actually is from our big male ghost, the one that's moving back there. And he's showing everybody who's boss. Look at that. We got some other babies there as well. Throw some food there for him. And then we'll also come through here at least once a day, especially during summer. Spray these guys down, change out waters. All right, that's one of our, you can look back in the corner there. I'm just sure George is focusing in for you, but that is one of our holdback rhinos. That's from our russet line rhino. You can see he's got more of a brown and bluish tint to him. Really pretty animal. That's why we held him back. That is one of the rhino iguana holdbacks, Cyclura cornuta. The other ones you were looking at, Cyclura lewisite cross, and also Cyclura caymanensis, through the Cayman bracts. All right, so check it out. These are a couple of our lesser Cayman locality Cayman bracts. They're a little bit smaller than like Ghost. This guy we call Ghoul, and this gal we haven't come up with a name. So why don't you guys tell us what you think would be a good name for her. But if you look especially from a side view, you kind of see the way her belly's kind of drooping down a little bit. That's a good indicator that she's either gravid or ovulating. We've seen some breeding action from them. Hope to have some really cool babies. The Cayman bract used to be misidentified as Cuban rock iguanas, but they have been reclassified. They're their own species, as we said before. And just beautiful animals. The Cayman bracts tend to be a little bit lighter. They get some really funky blue to them, sometimes even hints of red. This is an exceptional looking male, really light yellow, bone white head. Just gorgeous animal. And he keeps watching my hands because he really wants to eat. So here, we'll set this up over here for the both of them. She's been a little bit pickier on what she's eating because again, we think she's actually ovulating or gravid. He's gonna come usually right on over. George has got a friend going to walk by him. Flies are annoying them right now. They want some of that banana and that slop mix. Some more of the lesser cayman brack iguanas. This is another female. Might be able to see better with her just how far that belly is dropping. Again, it's a smaller Cyclura, smaller, and he's already looking for some food. And they'll both kind of come over here. This male here's got some of that orange and red flecking on his back. As you can see, they don't like being bothered too much while they're feeding, which I get. They're a little bit more shy. If you hand raise them though, just like the babies that we got over there, they're terrific pets. If you look on her belly, she's got some of that orange and blue. These are personally one of my favorite Cyclura species. I know a lot of people know the cornudas and the rhinos. They really dig them. The Lewisi are always spectacular, bright blue. But I don't know, just something about the coloration and the markings on the cayman bracks. Cool black hands. I mean, I dig them. One of my faves. Seem to have a little bit more feist to them, which I guess I like too. All right, so we're on to one of the more famous of the Cyclura species, the ones that everybody knows. That's the Cyclura cornuta, also known as the rhino iguanas. There's one of our oldest rhino iguanas. That's Rex. Brian's had Rex for at least 20 plus years. He was already an adult when he got him. He's still breeding strong. And this female right here, this is Lexi. Lexi's got some serious feist in her. It's interesting, the male Cyclura rhinos, I guess for breeding purposes, the males are pretty chill. I've had, if you hand raise some females, they're really chill as well. But gotta be careful with the females for some reason. They can be a little bit feistier. The males will make sure they assert dominance over the females, but like this female right here, Lexi, she's used to me now because I feed her almost every day, and as you can see, she knows when it's feeding time. She comes right over to the door here, and she wants first helping because then otherwise Rex is going to come in and kick her out. So she'll follow me, but if you notice what I mean, like, don't like to be handled, touched very often. Rexy, on the other hand, got no problem with it. Giving everybody water right now, spraying them down. Yep, there she goes. And here comes Rexy, because he knows it's feeding time as well. They don't care. This is Rex, this is Lexi. There you go, guys. Again, watch, you see, females just generally ain't having it. Rexy, you can pet the top of his head. I'm actually kicking dirt at me. Like, that's what I think about you, buddy. Just like, go kick rocks. Get out of here. Let me eat my food in peace. All right, so this is our one of our Grand Cayman Blues. This is Papa Smurf. He's got a female that we put him with called Mama Smurf. And one of the things I've noticed about the Grand Cayman Blues, they tend to not like as much protein in their diet. Tend to be focused more on some of the deeper leafy greens and different fruits. These guys come from the Grand Cayman Islands. They can't own, and nobody has any pure Grand Cayman blues. They've all been hybridized at this point, but the ones we work with are all high percentage Grand Cayman blues. They're crossed with cornudas and the Cuban rocks and even some Cayman bracks. In fact, one of the coolest combos, I think, is the Grand Cayman blues with the Cayman bracks. So I'll give him some food. His female might come out. He's one of those gentle. Let's be a little bit more relaxed. Oh, my God. Very snobby sometimes, as you can see. It's like, I'm not interested. Leave it and go. But beautiful animal. And just gorgeous blue. He's not really fired up right now. But in summer, after he basks a little bit, once the light hits his cage a little bit more, and when he fires up, he's just this gorgeous, bright blue lizard that you don't see anything like it, that's for sure. She's going to come down because she knows it's feeding time, right? As soon as you see this. Yeah. Do you a favor. I'm going to put some food up here for you. Okay. There you go. There you go. And again, we'll vary up the diet throughout the week, go between chicken hearts and rodents and iguana biscuits and different deep leafy greens and other veggies, sweet potato, banana, papaya, berries, squash, you name it, they get a varied diet, making sure we're always putting in different vitamins and minerals, make sure they get a nice balanced diet, making sure that they get some of that kelp. It's kind of simulates kind of some of the foods they get back home, helps with egg production, breeding cycles, etc. But really cool animals. Again, Cyclura are just awesome because they live a long time. They're these giant lizards, generally pretty good temperaments. You got to still be careful because they do got some gnarly teeth on them as well, and a decent bite. But I mean, generally speaking, pretty good. Females can be a little skittish, especially breeder females. But again, that's not something you have to worry about. If you get a baby, hand raise them. People generally like the males because of the size and stature. We got a male we call Teton here. I'll show you in a little bit. That is just a monster, So that's something that people generally look for. And then you got some of the other Cyclura, the Cayman Brack, the Lewisire, the Grand Cayman Blues, and different hybrids. And I just can't get enough of them. That's why I'm out here every day, feeding our Cyclura, our rhinos and Cayman Bracks, because they're just a neat lizard. Alright, we'll let her finish feeding. In Colorado. I think they're in Colorado. I'm pretty sure they're in Colorado. Because of his large bulbs on the top of his head. Like the Grand Teton Mountains. And he's like, dude, can you stop talking about my Tetons and start giving me some food? So that's what I'm going to do. Here you go, buddy. Go ahead. I know it doesn't look good, but it tastes pretty good, man. You should try it. You're gonna sit on it? What's that gonna accomplish? See his female over there chowing down. And again, we'll try to feed them separately too, because the males can be really aggressive, especially during feeding. Let's put it lightly, they're kind of a jerk. And they won't let the females eat sometimes. Dude, try it. There you go. There it is. See? I told you it was good. And so by feeding them separately, helps make sure the females maintain a good weight and make sure that they're not getting bullied too hard. And, believe it or not, these Cyclura can be quite aggressive with each other. It's also one of the reasons why you can't, keep males together. Males will fight. And a lot of times males can even kill females. I know quite a few Cyclura breeders that have experienced in the past. Males just so aggressive on the females that that they kill them or do some serious damage to them. In fact, the next set of Cyclura we're going to go look at our true Cayman Brack Island Cayman Brack iguanas, and that's Ghost and Sway. What's interesting about Ghost and Sway is we have they're one of our best producing Cyclura pairs. Sway's got that funky little birth defect or whatever it was to her spine. We got her as an adult that way, but Ghost will not breed to any other female except Sway, and he's super gentle on her and he's super nice to her, but he just won't breed to any other female. In fact, we made the mistake of putting a different female in with him one time, swapping them out, kind of like what we're doing with Rex and Lex and that other female Cyclura, and he about killed this little female, who actually is bigger than Sway, so she's not that little, but he just wasn't having it. He's a one Cyclura kind of guy. One of my favorite Cyclura lizard pairs. This is Ghost and Sway. You guys seen a lot of videos with them. Ghost and Sway are both true Cayman Brack, Cayman Brack Island, Cayman Brack iguanas. And you'll see right out the gate, if you look at the video and you compare his size to the size of the other Cayman Brack adults that we got, there's a noticeable difference. And that's just to emphasize or to show off that difference in locality. I know, buddy, we're coming out. We're coming in. Now, George has to be careful, because Ghost doesn't like other people sometimes, but me and Ghost have a bond, right, Ghost? Tell him. Tell him. Go attack George. Get him. Look at how ferocious they are. All right, buddy, come on. I usually come back in at this point. Here's his little female Sway, like we talked about before.
Well, unless he's keeping guard.
She's got that funky little Sway, get over here. She's got that funky little sway to her back. She don't like you grabbing on her tail. Come on, buddy. She's trying to follow you. There they go. There's Ghost. What are you eating, dude? And he's as gentle as can be. Sometimes he'll even eat right out of my hand. Okay. You gonna have some? Just not the finger. Woo! You almost did get a finger that time. But as you said before, super gentle with the female. In fact, he'll even let her eat with him. But man, you put another female in the cage with him, he will go to town. Beat her up good. This is Ghost. We named him that because when we first got him in, it was the middle of summer, and he was all fired up, and that head of his was bright white. And there's Sway.
Should I move?
And there's George's laces, which you don't want to eat.
Okay.
He will climb on you, and it won't feel good when those nails hit your leg. So I would move.
Okay.
Come on, buddy. That boy getting into the bed. Alright guys, so that's it, man. As far as the feeding of the different Cyclura goes, what you can look forward to us producing this year, as I said before, most of these females that you saw are either ovulating or already gravid. Shut up, chicken, I'm talking. Sorry, gotta put those chickens in their place sometimes. Anyways, yeah, if you're interested in anything that you guys see, please join our notification list. You can see all the babies that we've got posted on our site. So generally speaking, in about a month is when we start collecting eggs. That's when we're going to go ahead and start taking pre-orders for all those different Cyclura, different iguanas that we're going to be having this year. So just stay tuned, join the notification list, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like. And in typical underground fashion, we're going to go ahead and make sure nothing goes to waste. As you see, our redfoot friends are hanging out, escape the heat. but they do like themselves some slop as well. So come and get it, guys. Let's see if I can launch some over there. See if I can get him to come out. I think I hit him. Look at him. Thanks, jerk. Look at them all come. Hey, he's got slop, I see. I don't know why, but all redfoot tortoises just remind me of something old. Hey, Sonny, throw some of that slop over here. It's easy on the gums. Mixing some of the greens. It's the Redfoot troop. What's up, guys? Hungry? Why wait? Grab some slop. I tell you to throw the GoPro in there, but they would probably eat it. You guys might not know this. This might be for another video. But seriously, Redfoots are the most savage eaters, I think, on the planet. They eat everything. Live, or well, if it's somewhat alive, can't get away. Carrion, veggies, slop. They're just like, they're like the pigs of the reptile world, I think. My 2 cents. Maybe you think otherwise. You could share that as well. But man, they eat everything. Anything the iguanas don't eat, rats left over, send them to the Redfoots. Veggies left over, send them to the Redfoots. Fruit left over, send them to the Redfoots. Slop left over, send them to the Redfoots. And they eat it. Not to worry. They will. So that's it. You know what? Good plan if you're going to go into breeding and you hate having leftover rats and fruits and veggies and food left over. Get yourself some Redfoot tortoises. I said shut up, I'm talking. Get yourself a Redfoot tortoise and make sure that, yeah, they'll chow down on everything that you got left over. Peace.